Hi, guys, and welcome to the Truth Factor, where we do headlines with an attitude. And we have some interesting tweets, which I verified the one, and we're going to talk about it. So let's get right into it, guys. I'm telling you some stranger than crazier things going about. I have another few things that I'm trying to read up on, and Monday or Sunday, depending on when I can get all this reading done. I've got a lot of stuff taking place. I kind of read a little bit of it, and I don't want to start talking about all of it until I have a complete knowledge of it. So let's just say that this is kind of coming about. And with this happening, I kind of, if anything does happen, I will put a lot of stock in the stuff that I'm researching. So let's just say the next couple of days, I should have enough information that we'll do a little chatty do on it. So be looking for a video, probably a standoff video, and we're going to have a conversation, let's just say. Anyway, let's get into today's headlines or tweets or whatever you want to call them. But it's been kind of a crazy week, let's just say. Anyway, a message from an Airbnb expects the government's restricting travel after June 6, 2024, claiming foreseeable weather events leading to a government travel restriction or large-scale utility outage. Okay. And it reads, claiming foreseeable weather events leading to governmental travel restriction or large-scale utility outage. Hope everyone survived the solar apocalypse on Monday. This is a quick post to report an interesting email I received on April 6th from an Airbnb. We're updating our extenuating circumstance policy as changing its name to make it easier to understand. The revised major disruptive event policy will apply to all trips and experiences taking place on or after June 6, 2024, regardless of when they were booked. What's changing in the policy? Foreseeable weather events at the reservation location or explicitly eligible for coverage if they result in another covered event, such as a government travel restriction or large-scale utility outage. Now, guys, you know, what I have issue here with is we're talking, this came out, they're saying April 6th, and they're talking about something that's supposed to happen in June 6th. I don't know about y'all, but there's I've never heard of anybody being able to give you weather predictions so far in advance. So something definitely is a little, to say the least, fishy here. And I know I've seen a 14-day forecast personally, and you get to say 3 or 4 days into the 1 week, and then the following week forecasts completely change up. You know, a different front or pressure pushed in or whatever, unexpected things. And so for them to tell us that coming X amount, blah, 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 you know, I'm not buying it, guys. Something's up. Okay. Something's up. Anyway. So the policy will only apply to events in place where the reservation is located. Events that impact a guest's ability to travel to the reservation are no longer covered. The continued use of the Airbnb platform from June 6, 2024 constitute acceptance of the updated disruptive events policy. It seems that the insurance policies for this corporations are being revised to anticipate large-scale government actions couched as weather events. It looks like new lockdowns for whatever pretenses are expected starting after June 6th. This is why this policy update reads like you might not be able to travel for your book vacation, but if you already are somewhere, you will be allowed to return home. Stay alert and do not comply is what this message here from whatever says. So let's take a look over here at an Airbnb website itself, because We want the truth. We're not going to report something. High prayers, good of spiritual warfare. How are you? So we don't want to report half truths. Of course not. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness sakes, that's just crazy. Is it true? Could this possibly be true? And then uh, you go down here. This says disruptive, which I've got the thing too, but other people they were sharing their emails if you go and you look at the comments. Anyway, so here it is, the Airbnb, the website itself. This policy is being updated. The new policy appears at the top of this page and will apply to all reservations taking place on or after June 6, 2024, except otherwise notified by the Airbnb to user. The existing policy appears at the bottom of the page and applies to earlier reservations. And then you can just go on and read about their cancellation policy, the public health emergencies, and all this and that, the government travel restrictions, and what is not covered. But clearly, on this policy is being updated for on or after June 6, 2024. So something definitely is, major disruptive event policy. Some kind of major event could be taking place on or about June 6th, 2024. I don't know what to think of it, guys. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the information. I want you guys to be prepared, and I have to say that we're supposed to be gone to a wedding on June 1st. Hubby is going on a trip with the Royal Rangers to Yellowstone. Can't get much further than that, right? And not coming home until the 13th. So we'll see how all this plays out, right? Anyway, interesting things taking place, right? And then we have an earthquake in Taiwan. It says it reached a 6.1, and this is from Insider Paper. Then there was some tornadoes in Lincoln, Nebraska. Tornado on the ground down in Lincoln, Nebraska. Massive tornado, guys. Anybody's ever been to Lincoln? They do have some businesses in Lincoln, Nebraska, guys. It's not just all dirt, open fields like that. But there is a lot of flat land and, a lot of dirt. But it's not all like that. Anyway, my mom used to like going to the track there in Nebraska, in Lincoln. All right. So then we have 7 NATO officers of the Czech military were killed in Kharkiv, Ukraine, by Russian missile strike. Looks pretty kind of crazy if you ask me. We also have Trump's response to Joe Biden accepting a debate challenge, him to debate tonight in New York City. Now, guys, do you really think they would let Joe Biden just debate on the spur of the moment, without it being set up? Nah, ain't gonna happen. But I think it's funny. In fact, let's do the debate at the courthouse tonight on national television. I'll wait around. Yeah, I bet he will. Anyway, crooked Biden just announced that he's willing to debate. Everyone knows he doesn't really mean it, but in case he does, I say anywhere, anytime, any place, an old expression used by fighters. I just suggest Monday evening, Tuesday evening, or Wednesday evening at my rally in Michigan, a state that he is in process of destroying with his EV mandate. In the alternative, he's in New York City today, although probably doesn't know it, and so am I, stuck in one of the many court cases that he has instigated as election interference against a political opponent and continue witch hunt. It's the only way he thinks he can win. In fact, let's do the debate at the courthouse tonight on national television. I'll wait around. Great. Guys, if that happened, I which I highly doubt it, I think everybody would be glued, but they'll prepare him and all that good jazz. Anyway, then we have from B&O, The WHO says the risk of the H5N1 bird flu is evolving with the virus and needs real-time monitoring. WHO and partners are asking countries to rapidly share information to enable this. Yeah. I, I'm just curious. Has anybody, or is it just me, that finds it just a little odd or peculiar that the only time we ever have to worry with these huge issues of pandemics is when it's uh, you know election season. I mean, I'm just saying, is it me, or it does seem a little, is it coincidental? I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences, but rather ironic. It seems to only be a problem around that time. Anyway, we also have Coca-Cola sued over claims its Simply Orange juice has high levels of toxic forever chemicals, which I would say don't be drinking Simply Orange juice if that is true. Pretty scary. But orange juice isn't the only thing people might have to worry about. The FDA says 1 in 5 samples of pasteurized milk contain the bird flu virus fragments. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, and how dangerous can this be, guys? I mean, come on, this is crazy. 1 in 5? The Food and Drug Administration said Thursday that traces of the bird flu had been found in 1 in 5 pasteurized milk samples, providing a more detailed picture of how much the milk supply has been affected. The tested milk came from nationally representative samples, with more positive results coming from milk in the areas with the infected herds of dairy cows, the FDA said. A spokesperson declined to say how many supplies were tested. As of Tuesday, the bird flu has been detected in 33 herds in 8 states: Idaho, Kansas, Michigan, New Mexico, North Carolina, South Dakota, Ohio, and Texas. Richard Webby, an influenza virologist at St. Jude Children's Hospital, said the number of positive samples is consistent with their numbers he's reviewed from smaller sample sets. While the number does seem high, if the number of infected farm is indeed only 30 odd, Webby wrote in an email. Clearly, there are more infected animals out there than being reported. The FDA first said Tuesday that it had found viral fragments in commercially sold milk, triggering the Agriculture Department to issue a federal order mandating that all dairy cows be tested for bird flu before they are transported between states. Health officials and experts agree that pasteurized milk is safe to drink. The FDA detected small pieces of the virus in milk, not live, infectious. Oh, mercy. Goodness sakes, guys. Anyway, so even though they're saying it's just a small amount and it's not a live virus, or infectious, just a small amount, right? Guys, I tell you, just the mere mention of this, I don't know, many people want to be drinking milk these days. Just saying. OJ, milk, what's next, guys? What's next? All the good stuff, huh? I know a lot of people are, dairy intolerant and can't do all the milk. So there's other alternatives. But, I guess maybe I heard something about cocoa tree or beans or something being hit. I can't even remember where it was. I heard it, guys, but rather intriguing to say the very least. But anyway. So Italy says no to the synthetic foods. Italy is the first nation to say no to synthetic food and the so-called synthetic meat. It does so in a formal and official act. Italy bans production, marketing, and import of synthetic foods. There is uncertainty regarding certain products. While Bill Gates will not like this. I bet not. Anyway, let's see. And then somebody talking about Fast Freddy's here. FBI director issues a chilling warning about a possible terror attack on U.S. soil, similar to Russian concert hall massacre, which left 144 people dead. We are increasingly concerned. And so, guys, we have seen, I've noticed, and I think we've done a couple of articles here where we've talked about these warnings. More than one warning, guys. There's been several, and so we can't be ignoring all of this, right? Then we have Israeli Minister National Security Ben Gvir was involved in a horrific traffic accident while leaving the Ramallah. According to reports, he is injured due to the accident. Now, guys, it was about 2 days ago. I think we covered an article that there was some shouting, or he was being, hurried to his vehicle. So, not good at all. Then we have who's behind all of this nationwide explosion of protests, guys? None other than, no big shocker here. Anybody shocked? Don't be. George Soros is paying student radicals who are fueling nationwide explosions of Israeli hating protests. Soros and his hard left acolytes are paying agitators who are fueling the explosion of radical anti-Israel protests at colleges across the country. The protests, which began when students took over Columbia University Morningside Heights campus lawn last week, have mushroomed nationwide. Copycat tent cities have been set up at colleges including Harvard, Yale, Berkeley in California, The Ohio State University, and Emory in Georgia, and all of them organized by branches of the Soros-funded Students for Justice in Palestine. And at some, students have clashed with police. Yes, we've seen some of that, right, guys? The SJP parent organization has been funded by the network of nonprofits ultimately funded by Soros, the billionaire left-wing investor. Why does that not surprise me in one iota? Not surprised at all, guys. Everyone kept saying, who was funding it? Well, do we really have to ask that? Anyway, guys, this is kind of the updates that I have for today, guys. I'm sure I've missed some probably major headlines, but this is what we have for this Friday. And my main concern, and just a little bit worried here, I won't say worried, but it's simply gross juice. I hear you, sister. Bird flu mix. Yeah, that's what they're trying to put out there, honey. Hello, born again. Well, I'm not trying to push any fear agenda here, sister or brother, but I'm trying to give you information as quickly as it's being reported. Yep, absolutely. And cocoa is up like 400%. Well, it is up there pretty good. Yeah, I know. Soros would never, right? But what has me a little, just not saying, troubled, but troubled is this message that I read here, this about this a government restricting travel after June 6th to the BNB. And there is, like I said, we verified as much as we could. The policy is being updated to appear to the top of the page. Will to all reservations take place on or before June 6, 2024. Major disruptive event policy. So, what kind of disruptive events is going to take place in the near future? I don't know, guys. But it seems like people are preparing for something. So, as always, as soon as we hear something, guys, we are here trying to give you as much information, especially if people, summertime is around the corner. I don't know about you guys, but we had some serious travels things taking place here, and they're going to go a plan without, to say the least. This has been a trip planning in the making for 2 years. All these kids are excited and they're ready to go to Yellowstone. And so hubby is excited as well. One of the places that he really wants to travel to. So I'm sure they're going to have a blast. But, I will tell you, I'm going to do some extra praying because he won't be back until the 13th. And me and the girls are going to go do some traveling. So we have a wedding and all kinds of stuff taking place in June. So don't know what to think, guys. But until it happens, you can't do anything about it, right? All we can do is pray and pray and prepare and just be ready for whatever, right? Anyway, thank you, Heidi and Born Again. And prayers of spiritual warfare. God is good. Love to you all. And I guess be careful with your milk and your OJ. Anyway, God bless. And be ready in all seasons. Absolutely, sister. You know that's my saying. Absolutely. And if we get any more information, you know I'll bring it to you. I love y'all, and we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.